Multiplying a fraction and a whole number. Here, if we count all these dots, you can see that we've got 15. So this is going to represent 15. Okay, I want to find out what's 1/5 of 15. What is 1/5 of 15? So if I take the 15 dots and I put them into 5 equal groups, then I'll figure out how much that is. So I'm going to split this up. There's one group, two groups. I need 5 of them. There's 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they all have to be, the groups all have to be the same size, which they are. They're all 1, 2, 3 in each group. Okay, so 1/5 of 15 is 3. 1/5 of 15 is 3 because there's 3 in each group. Okay, so 1/5 of 15, we can write that out mathematically as 1/5 times 15. 1/5 times 15 equals 3. So we can draw a nice picture if we want to figure it out, or what we can do is when we're multiplying a whole number by a fraction, okay, I'll just write it the other way, 15 times 1/5. We can also think of this as a fraction times a fraction. 15 over 1. 15 over 1, of course, is just 15, right? So now I've got a numerator times a numerator and a denominator times a denominator. So 15 times 1 is 15, and 1 times 5 is 5. Okay, so we're left with 15 over 5. We can reduce this because we can divide both of these numbers by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 5 divided by 5 is 1. 3 over 1 is 3. Okay, so first we use a picture and then divide it up, but we can also see that we can do it mathematically. Okay, and we'll get 15 times 1/5 equals 3. All right, let's do something a little bit harder. Let's find out what is 2/3 of 12. Okay, we want to figure out what is 2/3 of 12. Okay, we'll do it with the picture and then we'll also do it mathematically or algebraically. 2/3 of 12. 2/3 of 12. Okay, so that means that let's split this up into, let's do the division part first, or the fraction first. Okay, so let's figure out 1/3 of 12. Okay, so that means I'm going to take my 12 dots here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we're going to split that up into 3 equal groups. I'm missing a dot. So that's 3 equal groups. Okay, so each group has 4 in it. So 1/3 of 12 is 4. Okay, so that's 1/3 of 12, but we want 2/3 of 12, right? So we want how many of these groups? Here's 3 groups. We want 2 of those 3 groups. So we want this many, right? We want 2/3 of 12. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 2/3 of 12 equals 8. So in much the same way, we can say, all right, 2/3 of 12 is the same thing as saying 12 times 2/3. Okay? That's the same thing as 12 over 1 times 2 over 3. So denominator times denominator and numerator times numerator. So 12 times 2 is 24, and 1 times 3 is 3. And of course, we can reduce this because both of these numbers can be divided by 3. 24 divided by 3 is 8, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. So we get the same answer, which is 8. Okay, so anytime you have a whole number and you're multiplying it by a fraction, really, you're just going to do the whole number times the numerator divided by the fraction, right? 12 times 2 gives you 24, and then 3 is the denominator, and then if you can simplify it or reduce it, then please go ahead and do so.